So you want to be the wild woman. You want to be the goddess. You want to be the queen, the empress, the one so connected to her intuition and knowing that she trusts great mystery. You want to be that? You don't want to be hashtag spiritual, hashtag love and light, hashtag enlightened. You want to be a true walking embodiment, not just the aesthetic. Sacrifice must be made. Put it in the description below if you know what that sacrifice is. The sacrifice will always be the good girl, the people pleaser, the nice girl, the palatable one, the digestible one, the homogenized one, the version of yourself that you've created to get love, to survive, to get along, to not be exiled, to not be rejected. The one you've created to avoid conflict. I always say this, she has to not only be sacrificed, but then devoured by you, because she does have a purpose. Her purpose is to feed the goddess within, to feed the wholeness that you are. We don't ever want to reject any part of ourselves. We want to devour it, absorb it, assimilate it. So instead of it running the show and pulling us around, we are taking it in and we are owning it as part of our energy and alchemizing it for what's true to us. So why would the good girl need to be sacrificed in order for us to live from our intuition, to be connected into that magical place, to know what we know and believe it, to feel what we feel and honor it, to listen to the pulls of the universe, to be guided by greater forces, to be at peace with ourselves, to be in our center, to be in our power? Because the good girl derails us from all of that. The good girl is a massive cock block when it comes to our intuition, because she's only available for what will give her the peace and the approval and the acceptance that she seeks. And intuition does not play in those realms. Intuition's not trying to get you all those small things. Intuition is trying to open you up to who you're meant to be, to who you came here to become and unravel into, and more. Because I don't think we have a set thing that we come here to be. I think it evolves as we go. The universe is expanding. Our mission and our becoming is constantly expanding too. And that's why intuition is such a potent guide to have, because it doesn't play by set rules or a set design. Intuition guides you as you go. Intuition is tapped into you and the external unfolding. So it's a incredibly reliable source to guide us into all that we can become, to all we've ever dreamt of being. But that good girl wants to keep us nice and small. You know, the good girl is avoiding conflict on all levels if she can. She's smiling when she doesn't mean it. She's saying yes when she means to say fuck no. She's not even allowing you to feel what you feel and know yourself on those deeper levels, because she's so busy curating herself and trying to control her outer experience that she can't even tune in to what's deep and real and present. And there's no shame in having the good girl. We've all got the good girl. It's just some of us have devoured her and absorbed her and are showing her the way, and some are being kind of jerked around by her or blocked by her. We can't let any small aspect of the self guide us. We have to have our soul, the big part, the eternal aspect of our being, guiding all these little parts. It's the same with the inner child. When we integrate the inner child becomes a powerful, wonderful, amazing part of us, right? When we've rejected the inner child, when we've neglected the inner child, when we've hated or abused the inner child, when we've left the mountains of cold, when we've left them in the past, in the painful memories, in these painful perceptions, we are out of touch with our joy, our curiosity, our creativity, our original essence, and so many of our truths. We get out of touch, and then we go back, we do the child work, and we integrate, we pull that child in, we hold that child. Now, the good girl, I feel like she needs to be devoured, used as sustenance for the goddess, because the good girl depletes women probably more than any aspect. I say the good girl is the one that is draining women the most, because she's making them put on a face. She's preventing them from accessing their anger, which we'll talk about in the next video, because I want to talk about in the next video how to be a fully embodied woman. And part of that is accessing your anger and honoring it and learning how to wield it. But the good girl is terrified of anger. The good girl is terrified of her own and someone else's. The good girl has a hard time with boundaries, which is what anger is trying to convey. She has a hard time with boundaries in both directions. If someone shows strength, she gets triggered and self-conscious instead of recognizing sacred boundary, and she has a hard time putting up her own. Like I said, she says a lot of yeses when she means no. She shuts up when she wants to speak. She apologizes when she doesn't need to, and that's a big sign that the good girl is running the show and needs to be devoured, is that you apologize more than you need to. One of my favorite things to do is women apologize all the time. When a woman apologizes for no good reason, let's say we're walking on the street and she was kind of close to me and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." I say, "Don't apologize for taking up space." Or she's got a cold. I had a friend who had a cold and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I don't want to be like in this area and contaminate it." And it's like, you needed to come get your vitamins from the cupboard. Don't apologize. Apologies feel very empty for me from good girls, because I know it's not a sincere thing. They're apologizing for their existence because they don't want anyone to be upset, because they don't want to face uncomfortable emotions, because they don't feel safe in their own deeper emotions, right? They might feel sadness and scared and anxious, but they don't let themselves feel angry and passionate and fully alive, and they're trying to hide from that at all costs. And if you hide from that, you cannot be in tune with your intuition. Your intuition is leading you into the fullness of life, and the good girl is trying to keep you small enough to keep you from having to experience the fullness of life. If I keep you this small, you don't have to experience someone else's upset with you. If I keep you this small, you won't have to experience someone else's jealousy of you. If I keep you small, you'll stay connected to all the other girls that are playing in this small arena. If I keep you small, you'll get more attention from a larger population of men, and you will. And I want to tell you this right now. You're going to lose the attention of part of the male species I wouldn't even refer to as men. I think men are beautiful, amazing creatures, and then there's the male species version that has not embodied the man energy. And when you step into your power and your embodiment and you devour that good girl, a lot of men are gonna fall away. A lot of boys are gonna fall away. A lot of dudes and bros are gonna fall away, because they knew what to do with the good girl, but they don't know what to do with a fully embodied woman. The only one that knows that is like a champion or a king. So if you want the mass attention from men, you have to be smaller. But I don't know about you guys, I don't want that. I've seen what the mass population of men is like, you know? They are playing it small. They're not in touch with their own anger. They're not in touch with their own truth. They don't really know how to love. They know how to possess. And they love a good girl for a little while. But deep down, the masculine actually craves the embodied woman, which is a big part of why they say men like variety. I want to talk about that in another video too. Men like variety because they actually want a full woman, and most women are walking around as fragmented pieces. Oh, there's the nice girl. Oh, there's the hot girl. Oh, there's the mother energy, and so on and so forth. I could ramble on for a while on that one, but you know, sacrificing the good girl does mean sacrificing attention from lower frequency men. Are you ready to do that? Can you let that go? Demons be gone? I hope so. So yeah, it begins with looking at the aspects of the good girl, you know? How am I good? How am I nicer than I want to be? How am I more accommodating than I want to be? How am I sweeter than I want to be? How am I giving more than feels good? How have I normalized playing dumb, playing small, playing less than I am? Really looking at it and saying, what is the greatest version of me? The greatest version of me I can imagine. How does she want to be in these situations? And when you look at that and you see like the goddess version, the greatest version of you, and then the good girl aspects that are showing up that are blocking you from that, that's when you know what you can drop. You can go, aha, these things that are keeping me from being this level of expression, this level of truth, this level of love. I spoke about it in my Instagram reel, how good girls are not available for true connection. So in sacrificing the good girl, you're gonna be sacrificing superficial connection and be making room for real connection. Embodied women are there for connection. They're not there to feed their girlfriend's ego and go back and forth like that. Oh my God, like, no, you're so pretty. Oh my God, like, no, you're so pretty. Or, oh God, I just hate this about me. Oh my God, no, it's so great. You're like so awesome. They don't play those games. Embodied women are real and present with one another. They might hype each other up, but it's from a place of authenticity, and it's from a place of mutual soul feeding and maybe even mutually calling each other out on each other's shit. It's real. It's raw. It's beautiful. And the good girl aspect, which is very prevalent in our society, is not comfortable with that. She wants to be in the surface. She wants to make her hashtag spiritual videos and not be embodied at all. And I'm always amazed when I meet these people that tout spirituality, but they're just completely unembodied. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be like real in it, you know? Instead of getting the tattoos all over your body, how about you like absorb your deepest wisdom and live from it? But anyway, you guys gotta know by now that if you want to be in your deepest intuition, the good girl gotta